just showed this to you not too long ago, but what it looks like. So this is a frustrating way to spend 30 minutes of your day. 30 minutes waiting, and then 30 minutes following this truck. Anyway, it's a good place to check out the scenery. We're just about at the Colorado-Wyoming border. Shot of my co-pilot here. Kind of a cool looking rock structure coming up here. Crossing of the state line. I didn't see it in time. I don't think I got a very good shot of it. But this is what the first mile of Wyoming looks like. We're about 20 miles from I-80, where we'll turn due west and head towards Rawlings. See how flat it is out here. There's little rock outcroppings, but it is just flat. They're coming out of a rise. At least we can give you a little bit of a horizon shot. See how far you can see. Like the Who says, you can see for miles and miles and miles. Here's my co-pilot. This is Ranger, if you don't know him. He's being pretty patient now. We've been on the road almost 2 hours. Got about 5 more to go. He's being pretty patient. You see lots of these little roadside stands that are run down and empty. It's a good example of that snow fence, drift fencing I was talking about on the last trip. Keeps the snow from drifting onto them. So there's a bunch of that snow fencing. Drift fencing. Must be pretty high winds here. You can see a couple rows of it. Anyway, all that's just for is to keep the snow from blowing onto this road. Alright guys, we're coming into Laramie, Wyoming. We've been driving pretty much due north, slightly northwest out of Denver for 2 hours, which brings us to Laramie. Laramie's kind of at the intersection with I-80. I-80 is where we're gonna make a big moment. We're gonna make a turn. We're gonna do a cloverleaf and turn west. All right, guys, this is a big moment. We're making a turn. driving pretty much straight for 2 hours, so pretty exciting, making a big turn here. Finish this turn, we'll be up on Interstate 80, I-80. This is what's closed a lot during the winter. In fact, it was closed yesterday, but so far, things look great. No snow, no storms, dry pavement. All right, I-80. We're gonna stay on I-80 for about 2 more hours.
Continue straight for 1 hour and 19 minutes to exit 215, I-80 Business, US 287 North, to Wyoming 789, Rawlins.
Nice. Well, we're headed for Rawlins. There's another good shot of Wyoming, kind of flat. Got some mountains coming up over there. Lots of trucks. Weather threatening out over there. We got some storms coming up in the mountains over there. We'll see. Got all the trucks. Pretty much every rest stop's got trucks taking a break. Alright, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There you guys see we're kind of cruising along. I got cruise control set at 90 miles an hour. We got 355 miles till we're empty of gas. You can see we should get there, arrive at 8 o'clock tonight. We got about 5.5 hours to go. 349 miles to go. We started with 485 miles. So we're down to 349. Mark was calling this like a command center. My radar slowed me down. This truck has automatic radar, so if it senses something's in front of it, it'll slow you down. But man, look at this road. So you get a lot of that. Just like 3 or 4 cows that stand out in the field. A little bit larger herd there. There's so much of that everywhere. Rawlins, 83 miles. Just thought I'd give you guys another update. We're about 20 minutes from halfway, Rawlins. The weather's starting to suck in on us, but it's not started raining or snowing yet. Just thought I'd show you how flat it is out here still. Desolate 2 hours from Rawlins to Money Gap, and from Money Gap to Lander. There's just nothing. Alright guys, we're coming up on a big left turn. So we're about 45 minutes north of Rawlins. We're turning left here. So this is called Muddy Gap Junction. There's really nothing here but a gas station. This is our big left turn. And now we're gonna head
turn left on US 287.
Pretty much gonna be turning west and heading west for the rest of the trip now. It looks like we're heading right into some pretty bad weather. So next stop is Lander. So this is the most desolate hour from Muddy Gap Junction to Lander. Is by far the most desolate. There's just absolutely nothing between here and Lander. Lander's 81 miles away. I'll show you a little bit along the way. I gotta show you this road. These horses just out in the middle of nowhere. Closer to Lander now, so I just thought I'd show you. This is a central Wyoming landscape. This is downtown Lander. It's quite a going operation for being out in the middle of nowhere. It's an old-fashioned town. It still looks like the towns of the early 1900s. A lot of these places are closed and boarded up. Probably enough for the town. That's probably about 80% of the town. We're just outside of Du Bois. Starting to get closer to the mountains now. Du Bois is sort of the gateway to the mountains from the eastern side. So we're about 30 miles from downtown Du Bois. We'll probably end up showing that to you next. Alright guys, we reached Du Bois. So we're about an hour from the house now. 60 miles. We have to get over Togety Pass. Alright, so this little intersection is the center of town. It's a pretty nice looking town. They kept it old Western style. It's 6:40 on Thursday evening, day before Good Friday, so everything's pretty quiet. I mean, not that this town is ever really busy. I'm sure it's busy on a summer Saturday or something, but every time I've been through it, it's been pretty quiet. It's got a Family Dollar, a dollar store basically, and that is the end of town. So now we head out and we're going to start heading up the pass, Togety Pass, and then we'll be home. About an hour to go. Starting to get a look at the mountains here on the pass. There, those mountains are the top of Togety Pass, so we're heading up that way. It's about 20 more miles to the top of the pass. Poking through. A little bit of snow out there, not much. Cattle operation there. Looks like they're shut down for the winter. To the top of the pass now. Guys, we're pretty much right at the top. The sign is going to be up here in a minute. So this is about as close as we're going to get to these little mountain crags. Road's pretty much ice covered, so it's a little bit treacherous. Got to be a little careful. Which probably means I shouldn't be videoing while I drive, right? That looks pretty cool coming out behind the trees. I Been looking for Bigfoot for Uncle Willie, but I've not seen nothing from Bigfoot up here. That looked pretty good. I wanted to get that. The sun going down behind the mountain there. Looks really good. Alright guys, so we're at the top of the pass. Togety Pass. Elevation 9,567 feet. The road has gotten kind of treacherous. It's compressed snow and ice, and it's pretty slick. We are, look at that, 25 miles from the house. So the top of the pass is 25 miles. So down we go, down the icy road to the house. Alright guys, so we're at the top of the Rocky Mountains. It's called the Continental Divide because everything that is behind us goes to the Mississippi River and the Atlantic, and everything in front of us goes to the Pacific. So it divides the continental U.S. in half. Alright, just thought I'd show you some more of the ice road here. So I've explained before, but I have spiked tires on. So I have little metal nubbies sticking out of all four of my tires. They're called studded tires, and they're just for this stuff, because from here all the way to the house I need studded tires. So that's why it's really not so bad driving on this stuff. It's nice looking shots. We've got a little sunset happening here. Looks like we did this on purpose. That is just luck. That is just God smiling on the last 20 miles of the trip. Fox come see us. He's obviously hunting something. Straight down the valley at the Grand Tetons. A little bit hard to see them. Showing you the flats, the Tetons in the background, and the sun getting there behind them. Alright guys, this is us turning into the park entrance for Grand Teton National Park. Got some nice color in the sky.
In 1.1 miles, turn right on Pacific Creek Road.
Ranger knows where he is. He always likes his window down these last couple miles. So from the park entrance, we're 4.5 miles from the house. it'll be closed at this time of day. You can see the park entrance here. Yeah, there's nobody here, so we'll just go on through. Alright, I'll show you a little bit of the drive in. We got one right-hand turn to turn onto our road, but it's a ways up. Alright, so this is our little private road. Our little community has this road. You can see the snow's banked up about 3-4 feet. It's about a 3-mile drive in to the gate of our community. This is actually a park road. So Grand Teton National Park plows this all the way to the front entrance of the homestead, and then we take it from there. Well, that's a nice shot. The road kind of elevates up over the creek. Look out, see Pacific Creek out there, and that's Davis Hill. It's beautiful back here. It's such a privilege to own a home back here. It's kind of insane. Alright, so this is rolling up to the end of the public road and the end of the park, and now we're at the gateway to the homestead. So this is the Bremen homestead. You can see it was formed by the family in 1917, and it's considered private property from here. But you can see Clint, our snowman, seems to be doing a pretty good job. Just a quick video of the backyard. I'm tired. Anyway, pretty wildernessy out here. Don't see any animals right now. Perfect time of night to see them, though. So, see Ranger. Alright guys, we made it. We're here. Totally successful day. But about an 18-hour long day, so I'm kind of done videoing for the day.